nice is it to have a running back that you can turn, hand the ball to. He's going to get positive chunks. Defenses fear him. That's a really nice place to start on offense.
And it doesn't matter how many...
Oh, he's got some space. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Well, it's an electrifying run. And you think about the tradition at the running back position for the Bulldogs. Herschel Walker and his Heisman Trophy. No Sean Marino. And how about this? Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel all there at the same time. I bet this guy could have gotten to that rotation, though, because he's got those types of skills.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
A lot of times it's hard to see those linebackers coming down late and blitzing through a gap. The offense did a really nice job getting a hat on a hat, blocking up front so the running back could get some positive yards.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Grabbed in the middle. It's Cochran. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
That's a statement by the defense. Offense is trying to get physical. They're running power. They're pulling the backside guard, and you blow the play up in the backfield for a loss.
He might want another play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Gets it out fast. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Dogs have it with a 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. You've got a very low number beside your name. You're going to get everybody's best shot, and that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game, David. A lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the offseason was so much more important when you know you're playing a highly ranked team to start the season. Attention to detail higher, excitement higher, a chance to go out and prove something very early in the season.
Good timing on the quick out. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Tries to get it on the ground. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. The Titans offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple.
Oh, that's going to be a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled them. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Motion from the wideout. Might be changing the route. Off the play fake on first down. Moving out of the pocket. Creates a little room. Ernie on the Jets. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. when he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against this. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Finds the tight end. Breaks into the open. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Looking to throw on first down. He caught it. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, David.
And try to find...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, an offense you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Looking for a man. It's Beebe. Working on the right. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
First down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Pulls it in. It's Smallwood. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows. He can run slants. He can run the option routes. And
the double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time.
Last drive.
so in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action. It sets up the...
Turning it on! Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Looking downfield on 1st down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Wants to adjust the pattern. The play action fake. He'll get rid of it. Connection to the right. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the 1st.
And the Bulldogs are on the move. To the running back. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. The Dogs racing to the line in the hurry-up. Might as well stick with him. Still on his feet. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs!
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the 1st half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the 1st half.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Jacksonville State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Gamecocks have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Louisiana. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Back to throw, it's Beebe. Hauls it in. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Give to the running back. There he goes. And they pick up the 1st down in what might be the last play here in the 1st quarter. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd and get this game rolling again. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Hall. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Titans can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
The Titans will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry-pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
Rush is on him. They get to him as he throws. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Just a short pass to the tight end. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answer.
Oh, he's got some space. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Georgia.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there in that touchdown catch.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. Looking downfield, it's Beebe. Can't hang on, it's incomplete. I think he was bracing for the hit and didn't hang on to the football.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
On 2nd and 10, a 4 wide out set, trips right. Wants to go up top. Right on his numbers on the slant. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Quarterbacks love throwing slants to big boys. When you got big targets, man, it's hard to miss them. Great job throwing to a guy that tall, putting it near his body, and he plucks it in for the catch.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Running into the open space.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Just goes right through the wicket and brings up 3rd down. Man, he will be thinking about that one.
And that's one the offense just needs to be able to hit, right? That's a completion they should be able to hit in their sleep. Receivers got to do a better job.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Trying to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. The offense will have to up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
First play of the drive, wants to throw. Finds his tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, we knew coming into this one, the tight end was a big part of this offense, and you've seen it early in this game. They've moved him around. They've thrown it to him in a lot of different ways. Defense is going to have to make some adjustments trying to stop this guy.
Got enough for the first. Breaks into the open. He now has 56 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Might be calling a hot route. They'll run play action. Starts to scramble to the left. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Gets it out quickly. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
Setting up the screen. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Here's the handoff. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Well, this offense has been physical. They came out in this game with a lot of pride and the ability up front and the belief that they can block people and get it done. They are dominating this defense. 3 rushing touchdowns now in the game.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Colorado found a way to rescue victory from the jaws of defeat. A prime example of just how strong this program is. All about stacking wins there in Boulder. A collision between ranked teams always impacts the big picture, fellas, and it appears that's the case again today.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Can't get him to the ground. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Looking to throw, it's Beebe. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Well, that's disappointing for the offense because that's a play that you rep all week long in practice. You should be able to hit that one no problem, and QB receiver couldn't come up with a completion.
Motion from the back. Going to swing it on second down. This time he's got it. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
And you just wonder now, is that the play that's finally going to wake this offense up? They've been sluggish throughout the entire first half, but could that be the thing that finally just gives them a little bit of a jolt and leads them to scoring some points here before this half is over?
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Really nice job by the defense that time, stopping the option. Everyone accounted for. You saw the quarterback. He was holding it. He was running wider and wider out to the perimeter of the field. But this defense has really good speed. But they made that play because everybody was on the same page. Nice job.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
That's caught. It's Hicks. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the bill. They are throwing it. They're trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
They have a first down at the 41-yard line. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to go up top on first down. He's going to take, turning it on. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
Well, they dial up a pass play there on first down, and how about the quarterback there? Buys time, he's outside, he's looking for people to get open on the scramble drill, but there's no... And it's just a really quick decision to decide to take off and go get another first down now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. To the air on first down. A little screen to the running back. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Using his legs to buy some time. Quarterback gets the first down. And he's finally forced out of bounds. Another first down, and he has just been running wild on this defense.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs, but I think the timing of when to scramble and when...
Touchdown, Dogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
To the air, it's Beebe. Oh, they're after him. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Looking downfield very late in the half. Here's the pressure. Escapes. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
If your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And the Titans will punt it away on 4th down. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to throw on 1st down. How about this defense making a statement to end the half with a sack? That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And we'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a T.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks. That's just ridiculous.
The Titans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass, it's Beebe. And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Well, I think the ball just got on the receiver so quickly. He took his time working his route. By the time he got his head around, the ball was already there, and he just wasn't able to stab it.
On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. The Titans send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Looking to throw on first down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on second down. They'll give it to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Bulldogs really need to keep this drive alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Cochran. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
A lot of smiles right now in this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great, and this quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia!
And everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop you.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking to throw, it's Beebe. He lobs one high down the left side. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Titans now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Punts it out of the air. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Running it to the right. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He'll pull it down and run. There he goes. Bust through behind his pad. They run him out of bounds after a tremendous pickup on the play.
A big key for this offense coming into this game is getting this quarterback going, running the football. And with that last scramble, he's now over 100 yards rushing in this game, and he is not done yet.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. Buys a little time. Zings it complete to the right. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Nice pitch and catch. This receiver and quarterback have done this thousands of times. Finds the open man, throws a strike. The receiver does the rest, gets into the end zone.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Very intriguing Big 12 matchup today, gentlemen. Here's a look at how it finished up. Texas Tech made it look easy today, but I promise you, There is nothing easy about a double-digit road victory. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Red Raiders. This game may or may not impact the college football playoff, fellas, but it's bound to shake things up in the Big 12 standings.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
Ooh, I don't know, guys. Did he hear footsteps running over the middle of the field where all those defenders are looking? I think that might have got in his head, and that might have been a reason why he dropped it.
Quick completion to the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. Looking for a man. It's Beebe. It's complete. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Titans will have it 1st and 10. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
To the air on 2nd down. Quick completion on the out. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. The quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And everybody in the stadium knew that was going to be a pass, right, guys? I mean, it's 3rd down. You're trailing by so many points right now. In fact, they've been doing that all game, by the way, and that's a trend that looks like it's just simply going to continue.
The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Leaves it with the back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Here we go. Power football with the run. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
Right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle. It's Cochran. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight ends, to his running backs. Really has the ability to spread it around, and now over 300 yards. Still some time left, and he can put up even bigger numbers. And, heck, go chase some awards, man. Get some postseason awards. Get an All-American. Just put up a day.
He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
And after the really good gain on 1st down, they'll try to finish it off on 2nd and goal. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Making side adjustments here. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
They'll try to tack on a little extra to this lead with a touchdown here on 4th and goal. From the gun, looking for a man. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
Well, I think this home environment was just too much for their opponents to handle. There's been unbelievable noise and energy. The crowd showed up today, but how about the playmaking on the field? These guys have got dudes all over the field, and this kind of win week 1 sends a statement and reverberates all across college football.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They go to the ground. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
To throw, it's Bailey. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Titans decide to punt it away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Let's see what he can do with it. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
And the Dogs come to the line. This breaks into the open. Touchdown, Georgia! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the Oak.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Starts the drive trying to go up top. A strike downfield. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. And the Titans can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Handoff from the shotgun. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And that's kind of what we've seen from this offense all game long, man. It's been hard. It's been a struggle, and receiver and quarterback just not on the same page. Somebody out wide needs to step up, needs to make some plays for their QB because they're in a huge hole, and they need some explosive passing plays.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
Back to throw, it's Bailey. Under fire. He's dragged down at the 12. Chip shot field goal range, but might they go for it here on 4th down? And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. Smashes it between the uprights. And the field goal is good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Quarterback making checks. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead. Now, incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got his man. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. On first down, here comes this offense. Looking downfield on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
He put it out there for him in this senior game. Chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got a man. It's Cochran. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today. And we know if it gets close in the fourth quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
Zone. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Well, there's something to be said for knowing on offense when the play is over. That guy didn't know that. That's a huge loss, and now they're right back to the line of scrimmage trying to go fast.
They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass on second down. Quickly complete. At the 40, there he goes. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Georgia going up tempo. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. They're trying to eat up some clock here. 9th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 6. Caught over the middle. It's Cochran. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on a critical 3rd down here in the 4th quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. The offense changing the play. Wants to throw on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got the back over the middle. They get him down to this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. The snap sets up the throw. Looking to get it in. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to...
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to pass. It's Bailey. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. The Titans will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game. Take the W into the locker room.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? He might want another play. Wants to fire on second down. He fires one deep down the right side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, trying to convert through the air. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Throw. It's Bailey. Here's a throw downfield late. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After this, it'll be a wrap. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience.